have your mattress and your, what do you call it, divan. It's all here. Yes, people complain that they haven't got a place to what do you call, sleep. Well, they can throw things away here. Look at this, folks. Just entrance to residential quarters. There's a dump. Private property. Dump. Council property. No idea. Whatever that may be. This is what human beings are capable of. Where they live. It's homes. It's our homes. It's crazy. That's all there is. No dumping of waste. Oh, look at this. No dumping of waste. It's no dumping of waste. What is it? It's just dump. What is this? Nothing but waste, folks. Nothing but waste. Asbestos sheets of a roof. Televisions, kitchens, ovens. Don't worry about it. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? A phone book. Somebody's home, it seems. Their drivers change, their drivers take a break before they turn back and do the route. Look at all this, folks. It's residential areas. Residential. Brand new residential quarters. Look at all this. Does children live in these houses? Yes, they do live in these houses. Look at all this. There's a park. Yeah, it's a park. It's children's playground. Play frames and all sorts. And this is just normal. As you approach to the, I could not imagine what is dumped over that ridge just there. Cheese for dumping. Forget about it. This is it. It's perfectly okay, right? To be living in a life. Look at all this, folks. This is London. I'm doing this video for people who are risking their lives to get here to England. This is much worse than wherever you are living. This is as long as you don't live and having to clear it up, just chuck it away. This is Britain, folks. This is England that you are risking your lives to get to. This is Great Britain. This is Britain that you wanted to come and live. I guess living on a piece of land that is not so messed up in this way. You're entitled to live there. Don't risk yourself to get here, because the life is pretty much been trashed in this way. There's very little left of the land. DPD. They're entitled to trash it this way. It seems perfectly normal. in their eyes. After long days of delivering your rubbish, they can trash where they work, simply. And yeah, a delivery site. Delivery men and women can simply have the right to do so, it seems. Look at all this. Look at all that. Yes, it's all rubbish. Cans and cans full of rubbish, folks. Always over a bridge. Look at all this. It's perfectly normal behavior for any human being to act this way, because there's nothing wrong in what they know if they're behaving this way. Okay, you got masks, you got nets, hair nets, and you got Red Bull. They squeeze out of you every piece of life out of you. Of course, it is acceptable in their understanding to desecrate the land that they work. It's normal behavior. It's absolutely normal for humans to feel this way, because this is seen as normal. In everybody's eyes, this is seen as perfectly normal behavior, so just chuck it. Yes. What is normal behavior for you? A clean site? No. A normal behavior for you is this: a full of trash, a volume of rubbish, alcohol, flat screens. Yes. Flat screen, cheap clothing. Yeah. Factories, of course. They squeeze the life out of you, and you're entitled to do this, it seems, in your understanding and everybody else's understanding. It is abnormal behavior. No, seems to be the normal behavior on the planet today. This is seen as absolutely acceptable by society and humanity. You got to walk to believe it. What is capable of as human beings, eh? They're capable of destroying more than making it possible. It's always a spot where masks, rubbish is not enough. Masks. This is mattresses over the fence. It's railway track. Any corner, any space, it's okay. As long as it's not you to clear it up, just keep chucking it away. It's over the fence, under the fence. Doesn't matter how you throw it, as long as you get it up from your own hands, it gets landed on everybody else's land. Public notice, deliver proposal. That's Deliveroo. Thank you. We got mask. Get delivered to you wherever you wish to, and you can leave it wherever you had your food. I mean, this is unprecedented amount of volume of rubbish, folks. If you take your children on these walkway pathways and towpaths, it's absolutely beyond the. Look at all this, folks. The virus is good to stay here. This is human virus, which is absurd on the planet. If this is what human beings are capable of, the virus is just an innocent thing. Oh my goodness. Look at all this, folks. How can it ever be acceptable behavior site normally? No, anywhere. Under passage where they dump everything. Look. This is disaster. This is a disaster for the planet. It's not a disaster for human beings because they come and go. This is a disaster for generations to come. They will pay a bigger price than we are paying with this virus right now. If this is going to be accepted here in Britain, a country that is supposed to have the most educated and most incredible people supposed to be, but this, if this is what we are doing, I don't know why and what we will find ourselves in later on. It's definitely the fact that the mess is unprecedented. It is not possible to be able to clear it up because we found ourselves deeply embedded in this kind of culture, the culture which seems to be seen as a norm or a normal behavior. And yeah. Waterways. Zero understanding about life. This is what happens. Just eat. Absolutely crazy. Look at all this, folks. Even if you create a situation, just eat 2 boxes of just eat. A barbecue, I suppose. It's just dumped a whole masonry bag. Look at this plastic, industrial plastic, just chucked. Children's park over there, right? And all of this motorbike seat. This is absolute aberrancy. Aberrancy beyond aberrancy. It's cheap labor brings you this kind of behavior. Absurd. Absurd. Absolutely absurd. They get drunk and all they do is foreign beers. Disastrous. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, folks. It's not an inch is spared. Not an inch of this land is spared. It's everywhere, folks. Create a scene for a studio shoot. It's not possible to arrive at these sort of conditions. Everything, from everything to everything, is just dumped. This is absurd. It's absolutely absurd, folks. Look, it's dumped straight over the fence. Look, cement bags, paint cans. It's just dumped, as in just thrown out of. Devastation to the earth is unprecedented. This is Britain is in the way of absolute. It's only heading in one direction: disaster. all you create is this in a society. It reflects what the society is all about. Every corner I turn, look at this. Every corner I turn, folks. Washing machines, nothing is spared. Nothing whatsoever is spared. Look at all this. And how is it? How could you ever do this kind of absurd? It's beyond my sight of eyes. Look at all this, folks. It's disgraceful behavior. Absurd. Absolutely absurd. Instead of paying the humans sitting at home to get them out and clean it all up, the government is wasting their money paying them to get drunk, throw their rubbish. Absolutely absurd. They should get people sitting at home to come and pick it all this stuff up. If you pay human beings just to sit at home, they not only destroy themselves, they also destroy the entire environment they live on. And the government keep doing it, keep paying, only to do this. This is disgraceful. Children's center there, look. That's a children's center. And is that what the children are coming out to every single day? To a dump? How to throw the trolleys onto the canal, the waterways? This is absurd, folks. A children's center right opposite, and then all of this. All we are teaching is exactly the same aberrant and worst of situations, and the most horrible ways. Produce cheapest stuff on the planet. They just dump it. Children's school, look. And they do that. What kind of children are you going to produce on the planet? What kind of behavior as acceptance, as though they see all of this as normal? As the adults behave in a way that the children are just as small. The waterways. Oh, look at this. A trolley just been dumped in there from Sainsbury's that way. There's another one just over there. There. Another trolley. If we carry on at this rate, there won't be a planet left. For sure. The virus is not the problem, folks. It's the humans on the planet is the problem. Virus is just an organism. Virus is just a life that is not as destructive as this. The virus on the planet is not a problem whatsoever. It is this. Have a look at this. If you think this is normal in human behavior, I think the virus is absolute. I would say a virus is just an incredible, a peaceful life compared to the human virus on the planet. I mean, I'm not screaming because what humans are capable of. I'm just bringing, as a mirror smacked. There's nothing I could describe. Trolley. Supermarket trolley, right? I mean, both sides of the road, folks. Both sides of the road. Nothing is spared. Absolutely nothing is spared. Look at this. Look at all this. Who will do this? Who can do this? Who in a mind? Who in an honest mind? Honestly, tell me, who could do all of this? Who could just tell me? Who can do all of this? The devastation to the planet, to the surface of the planet, not just we produced all of this on top of what you've already got. It's absolutely absurd, folks. There's not an inch spared. Absolutely not an inch spared. Absurd. Yes, people might say, why don't I pick it up? I have picked up millions along my routes. I've got two hands. I am crippled by what is being done to the planet. It's absurd. It's every inch of this land is covered. The second day of 2021. I want you to realize that the virus is not going to go away with this kind of mentality to life. If not, the virus is here to stay with us for sure. I mean, look at all this. It's so insane. There's no human in the right frame of mind can do this to the planet. No human. Let me tell you, no human. Mark my words. No normal human can cause this amount of devastation to the planet and to the nature. It's absurd the amount of volume of rubbish that's been stuck onto the side. It was hidden away as the leaves fallen off. Look at all this, folks. There's nothing spared. Nothing is spared. We create a cycleway, a pedestrian walkway. Let's see what you end up with. There's trolleys stuck down in the canal. Nothing is spared, folks. Nothing is absolutely spared. Look, fridges, doors, kitchens. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this. Look. Look at the amount of... Oh, look at this. Look. Who would do this? All those laborers who've been brought into the country for cheap and most disgraceful for them to actually do this. Well, if you pay them a penny, the pain itself is enough to actually desecrate the planet wherever they are, for sure. If you want to live a life of luxury and paying tuppence, pennies, look at this. I'm not making this up. There's no way I can make this up. Even in a studio, I could not create these situations. I would absolutely not been able to create this amount of devastation, even if I were to. With all my capacity to be able to do this, I wouldn't have the capacity to do the desecration to the pristine earth. All exposed. There you go. We have cheap labor just arrived in the UK. The British practices are returning back to the old land. There we go, folks. Plastic, cans, bottles, cheap labor and cheap goods, cheap cans, cheap beers, Starbucks. That's not even 2 days old, maybe. Yeah. Absolutely everything is dumb. How is it how is it that the government, the councils, that is just being done literally as they drive, just throw out of the window. This is the teaching. This is the teaching that has been introduced to the planet. Kettles. This is the teaching that we exported. The British practices, and of course, the Britishness is coming back to the land itself. It's because human beings learn something and they will keep that as their treasured value. Yes, they will keep that as their treasured value. But I'm sure, for sure, they have traveled a long way, could not carry that suitcase anymore. Or they robbed it, they stole what they could, the suitcase was just a getaway. As the leaves fall for autumn, so as the exposure to the amount of disastrous volumes of plastic and all you want to call it. I mean, look at this. They just throw it over the fence, over the bushes, over the trees, over the walls. It's not the walls that we need to build, is the human consciousness, human awareness is what we need to build. We need to share. I mean, there's no way. My hands are not enough to clean the mess. Just not even 100 yards, folks, I filmed. And you can just about imagine the volume that exists on the planet. There's a car battery, look. There's a car battery, it's well recycled, right? Straight back to the earth. Yeah, that's the recycling that we've introduced to the planet. There you go, bag full of rubbish. This is a beginning, folks. 2021 is a beginning for rubbish. Yeah, absolutely foul. Foul beyond my understanding. Absurd. Totally absurd, folks. Totally absurd. Have a look at all this. This is beyond recognition that our planet is going to end up with. Yeah.